In this video, I'm going to talk about my background with hunting and then also show you guys the gear that I take with me when I go hunting. I've loved fishing my whole life, as you guys know, and hunting is just something that I didn't grow up with and I never had an interest in up until high school. I was curious. I wanted to go hunting both for turkey and for whitetail deer, which that's the only things that I've ever hunted for. I don't really have an interest in going, duck hunting, or squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting, goose hunting. My friend Tyler from the muskie fishing video, he does duck hunting and goose hunting, and I'm hoping to learn from him how to do duck calls, just to have that skill. But I still don't have an interest in hunting any of those. So yeah, turkey and whitetail deer is what I've hunted for, and it was in high school that I'd asked a friend of mine and his dad, if I could go with them and go hunting, and they were happy to have me along, and so I went, and I assume that it was all in one year. I don't remember us going multiple years, but we went deer hunting, and me and my friend's dad were in sort of a buddy stand, and then my friend's brother was in another deer stand near us. We'd sit there all day and, watch for deer. Eventually I saw some deer, come out into the clearing. I pointed it out. And so my friend's dad and my friend's dad and my friend's brother were able to get the deer. I didn't, take a shot, or anything. But it was still a fun experience and to be outdoors and get to, do that with them. And then for turkey hunting, my friend's dad and I, we set up against a tree overlooking a field, and he knew how to call them and everything, and so he called them in. Two of them came within range, and so he took the one on the left, I took the one on the right, and I can still remember the measurements of the turkey that I got. It was a pretty big one. It was 23 pounds, a 10.5-inch beard, and 1.5-inch spurs. So I was excited that I actually got a turkey. That doesn't happen much, your first year, going hunting. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. That was my experience. Those two hunting trips or experiences. And then for several years I didn't hunt up until I met my wife in college, and she'd been hunting her whole life. Her and her dad, and so that was something that we both had an interest in, and conservation and the outdoors and everything. And so I started going hunting with the both of them. Some years, my wife and I would be in a deer blind together, or we'd be in two different locations, and that's what we've done since then. So yeah, that's my experience with hunting. More of it's been like I said, with my wife, and she's taught me how to use calls, and we both when we find out something new, whether it is fishing, whether it's conservation related, whether it's hunting related, we educate the other one. And so yeah, that's been my experience. So the gear that I take with me, I got a backpack here, and so in the first part, that's just earplugs. I don't take those hunting, but this also kind of doubles as like a range bag. So going to sight-in rifles or target shoot and stuff, I've got the earplugs there. In here, it's just ponchos. So not really much in the bottom part, but it's got spots for drinks, and then there's a sort of quick access pocket. We've got a flashlight in there. Then the next one and stuff, there's nothing in there now because that's where the calls go. I'll show you guys that. And then the larger part, I've got two different pair of gloves. I've got larger, thicker ones, fingerless gloves. Got a package of hot hands. And then phone charger. So just always have that with me in case ever need it for pictures or videos or in case of an emergency. So you always want to make sure you have a full phone battery. And then in here will also be all the bottles of water and snacks that I would take with me. So that's the gear that I carry. That's not obviously including the camouflage. For that, I have either camouflage pants, long sleeve camouflage shirt, and those are 3D Seclusion Mossberg or Mossy Oak, not Mossberg, Mossy Oak 3D Seclusion. Then I have insulated coveralls. Those are Redhead. I forget what pattern, but depending on am I in a deer stand, am I in a blind, am I on the ground, the temperature, that'll dictate what I'm wearing. Of course, safety orange. I've got a hat and a vest, and then of course if I'm in a blind, then I don't have to wear camo, and I can just wear jeans and whatever insulated to stay warm, or less if it's warmer out. And then it could be argued that you don't even have to wear camouflage, just as long as it's not a solid pattern and it's broken up, so that the deer don't see you. But the different calls that I have, so have a gobbler call. This is actually my wife's, and so I on here, I'm not doing the best job. I'm just showing you guys the equipment that I got. Obviously, I do it different if I'm, in the stand or in the blind. This was the first turkey call that I got, a Quaker Boy box call. So that one, between that and this one, a scratch plate, those are the two that I like to use. So those are the two there. And I've also got 3 Primos mouth calls for turkey. I can make a noise with it. I haven't successfully got them to work. That's something I'm still figuring out. But for now, the scratch plate in the box call, I like those better, so I'm just sticking with those. And I don't call that often. I usually I'm quiet when I hunt, occasionally doing different calls, and that's both for turkey and for whitetail deer. For several years, all that I've done for deer hunting is, like I said, either set quietly or I've used can calls. Got the 3 set from Primos. So this little one is the little can doe bleats, great for early season hunts. Then the original can, and that's what it's called, the original can. Estrus bleats, great for all phases of the rut. And then the great big can, long range estrus bleats for all phases of the rut. And recently I saw a YouTube video, because every time that I've hunted, which how you use these and stuff is there's a hole in the bottom. You turn it upside down, put your finger over the top of it, and then you let it make the noise. And that's how I'd always done it. I saw a YouTube video recently that said that that's not actually how you're supposed to call them, and that can actually be a distress call. So when you actually turn it over, it's supposed to something like that. And so that may be something that if I use those, that may be something I change for this year. Like I said, for years, all I've done is the can calls or been silent. But this year I've got a different strategy. My goal is to basically sound like a buck, more of a younger or juvenile buck, to attract a larger, more mature buck. And so to do that, I got Bone Collector Bag of Bone, and so it sounds like the antlers colliding. And then you can also put it on your leg and kind of roll it. So finally got me one of those. Then I also got from Bone Collector, this is called the Contender, and so it does buck grunt call. And you can do different ones with it, but I'm just showing you guys, what it sounds like. So I got that one, and then I also got a extractor flex tone. So this one, it stays solid, but you can kind of press on it. It also has different settings. So this would be a buck call, similar to the one I just did with the Contender. And then I'll do the same thing. You can set it on doe. And then fawn. And again, just showing you guys the sound difference and stuff. That's not how it's going to sound out in the woods. This thing on the side, when you are calling for a buck, and if one's close enough, and basically you want to agitate him, make him think that another buck is insulting him, or insulting his mother. Basically, this is what could set him off. And so it's called a snort wheeze, and you will do t-t or t-t-t, like 2 or 3, and then a long sound. So I wanted to get a call that had the snort wheeze option on there as well. So between the 2 calls and the bone bag and rattle bag, I'm going to go with a different strategy this year. So looking forward to it. And that's both for bow season, which is currently going on. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the exact dates and stuff, but it's basically for here in Missouri, bow season is from September to January with a break for the rifle season, and then there's a couple parts where rifle season overlaps on top of bow hunting. So you can do either or. You can't go out to the woods and stuff and have rifle right here and a bow right here. But yeah, right now it's bow season, but we're coming up on rifle season. And then we also have alternative methods, which this year, I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't. This may be the first year that I do that. And I may do a video explaining what those are with actually having the rules and regulations. I don't want to misinform anybody in, any of these videos and stuff, whether they're, fishing or hunting and stuff. Obviously, do your own research and stuff. And again, the things I'm talking about is related to Missouri, and obviously every state has their own rules and regulations. But yeah, so that's my background with hunting. That's the gear that I carry with me when I go hunting. So I thank you guys for watching. By all means, in the comments, let me know what's gear or equipment that you carry with you. When you hunting, for anything. I'm interested to hear that and stuff. So again, thank you for watching.